It has been some time since I've had a Les Paul hanging back there with the rest of the kids, and for a few months now, I have really been dying for one. I tried to push it out of my mind. I don't need it, and then I came across the one in this video. She's not your standard Les Paul for sure, but she is worn in, well used, and finished in black. How could I say no? That little jam is over part of a backing track I made for Gary Clark Jr.'s When My Train Pulls In. And that backing track is now available for sale on jpguitar.com if you're looking to throw down a Gary cover of your own. Now let's get down to the important stuff, this Les Paul. She's a Les Paul Special SL from 2005, and for real, this is the second greatest Les Paul I have ever played. The greatest is a Les Paul Classic that my brother has. I think it's from 2007, and oh mama, that guitar is just incredible. But this one comes within a hairbreadth of that lovely goodness, which is good enough for me. So why do I love this guitar so much? And probably more importantly, what even is a Les Paul Special SL? First, let's talk what this guitar is. Being a special, it's an all mahogany guitar. You don't get a carved maple top on this. Also, you don't get any binding, and with this particular special, you have dot inlays instead of trapezoids. For these reasons, specials are usually a little bit more affordable than your Les Paul standards, and even more affordable than your Les Paul Studios. Now, the SL stands for Sans Lacquer, and that's where the spec sheets get a little hazy on these bad boys. Gibson ran these from the mid-90s to the early to mid-2000s, I think, and the only information left from those early Google days seems to be guitar forums, which are not always the most accurate, as we all know, although they are quite fun to read, for sure. Some say Sans Lacquer means that they didn't use nitro on these guitars, which would be another cost saver for Gibson. Now, I might be wrong, but I'm going to politely disagree with that because look how worn in this guitar is. And it's real play wear too. Nobody took a scalpel to this finish. So if it's not nitro, it is something really, really close to be getting that type of play wear. What I think the SL stands for is Sans Clear Lacquer, no clear top coat. Because while this guitar is shiny, she's nowhere near as shiny as my SG. That definitely has a clear top coat. And without a top coat protecting the color finish underneath it, that color is going to wear a whole lot easier, just like we see in this example. So why did I pounce on this Les Paul over all the other ones that are available? A couple of reasons. A, my brother's Les Paul Classic is just so sweet that I knew if I went for another classic or a similar style LP, I'm just going to come off disappointed, wishing that it was like that one. B, price. Let's face facts. These flat top, all mahogany Les Pauls, significantly cheaper than the carved top ones. And C, probably most important, I saw the wear on the back of this neck straight away. And that was the big kicker for me. At first it was tough to tell, was this genuine play wear or a sandpaper job that somebody did in their living room? But on closer inspection, the frets are more worn in the areas where the back of the neck is worn. Also, the back of the guitar body is sporting just a little bit of adolescent belt buckle rash that should mature more with time. Now, it's not just that I love a worn-in guitar, but it's a theory of mine based on experience. The worn-in ones, those are the great ones because they were well-loved in their previous home. They were well-loved because they're not a dud. No duds are getting this type of love. As a bonus, let's talk unexpected surprises with this guitar, and I mean good surprises. For me, it was loving this unbound neck. Now, I know maybe she doesn't look as pretty as a bound neck with trapezoid inlays, but I remember an old TPS episode where Mick was talking about, I think, the unbound neck on his 335, and how for guys who are primarily playing Fender guitars, an unbound Gibson neck gives you the essence of something familiar. And he's 100% right on that. It's not that I dislike a bound neck. I love my SG. I love my D'Angelico back there. But the fact that the neck on this Les Paul is unbound is just a really cool, special thing. It makes me attack it like I do my Strats. And I really dig that. Also, the flat top. Not a turnoff for me. I actually really like it. It kind of reminds me of a Telly. Again, something familiar to me, primarily a Fender player. Up until now, I've really just been jamming on this guitar for the longest time. Now, I got to get to what's next on the list. Tearing it down, seeing what's under the hood, what kind of pickups are in here, what kind of electronics are in here. As soon as I know those kind of details, I'll be making a non-commentary tone profile like I do on these pickups so you can hear more samples of this guitar without any talking. If you're in the market for a Les Paul Special, don't let the SL moniker turn you off. This guitar is fantastic. And if you're going used on any sort of guitar, always remember, the worn-in ones were the ones that were most loved. As always, I've been Joey. Thank you so much for stopping in to watch this video. Please tap that like button on your way out, as I would greatly appreciate it. And be on the lookout for more great content coming soon. You guys take care, and I'll be seeing you in the next one.